150 players is going to stay, which has been nice on Urzikstan. That has helped a lot. Balloons gone, vehicles improved, fewer regain mechanics. So buying back might cost 4K again, or I don't know what it even was originally. I've forgotten. And then maybe snipers like improve. And that's one thing I do want to talk about. If they improve snipers, which has sort of been hinted at, what would they do to them? And also, do they need to be improved? Okay, fat. We're live, boys and girls.
I think we can stop saying girls.
Okay.
Are there any left?
I mean, as I've said,
nobody comes in chat anymore that's a female. I think we could just give it up. Yeah.
There are no women who listen, but on purpose, I should say. But many probably do because their brother or boyfriend brother is listening and they just have to hear it. So
yeah. Okay.
Saying anyway. Welcome to the show. All right. Today we have an episode for you. So I've been wanting to talk about Verdansk. I say that as if we haven't been for a while, and we're going to continue to do that. We haven't really gotten any more news or anything on the topic of Verdansk since, in a while, actually. But I still want to talk about it more because, again, I mean, nothing's going on with the game right now. There really isn't anything new to say on any topic. So the most we could do is talk more about Verdansk. And I also think that's mostly what many of you are going to care about as well. So we have been, as I said, talking about it for a while. But we haven't talked about everything, and as we learn more, we're going to continue to get into it because naively, as I was saying earlier, I'm very excited for Verdansk to come.
As am I. Verdansk.
We have had Urzikstan for way too fucking long, and it is just too milquetoast of a map to subject people to for longer than a year, honestly.
You think
it's not like a terrible map, but it's just not good either. It's so average. It's painfully average. It's mid.
Plus, when you play a really good game on it for a year, and then you play a really bad game on the same map for 5 months, it's not going to hit the same. Yeah,
that's also true.
Because everything is related to the previous, to what you remember that map from, and it was a game, Modern Warfare 3, which was much better in terms of the Warzone integration. Much better.
Significantly better.
I mean, on another
and it
level,
isn't
really,
close, as a reminder. Yeah, it's not close. That's another thing. Yeah, like last episode, I was saying like, oh, the game's pretty good, actually. Fucking.
Did you lie?
Wait. No, both buttons apply. Yeah, I lied. That one works too. Really bad stuff. The thing with this fucking game, some days you don't run into the bullshit, and then some days you run into it a lot. But it's always the same bullshit. So anyway, whatever. Game bugs me. But if I'm going to be running into the same issues over and over again, please God, do it on a new venue or something. Like, holy shit, man. So
yeah.
With that said, what we're going to do today, since we haven't gotten any more news, I should say, on Verdansk yet, we figured we could do a little live Q&A, ask you guys what you want to hear, talk about, whatever, when it comes to Verdansk. Like someone asked us, where are we dropping first? It's kind of like a meme question, but of course we're going Lumba, obviously.
Going Lumba.
Is that a good POI? No, it's not really.
Fuck no. Bog standard.
A very bog standard POI. It's not the worst POI. It's not the Dragon's Maw on Caldera or whatever the fuck that was called. But it's not like a good POI.
What? The
They
dig site?
added
What are you talking about?
it was like a Godzilla skeleton or something.
That was dig site, I believe, wasn't it, guys?
Dig site is what it was, which is what I said.
And they had like a whole, like a
they had a whole blog post
10,000 word blog post about it, and it was a skeleton.
It was literally a skeleton.
There were 3 chests. There were 3 chests at the entire POI. And remember when we first looked at the blog post, we're like, oh, cool. Like, I bet like that's a little underground tunnel between the skeleton. Like you can go in its mouth, run through it, fight under there. No, it was just dirt.
Yeah. It was just, shit was ass. Yeah. So it's not that bad, but it's not like a good POI either. And it's on the edge of the map. So we're going to go there anyway. But, anyway, yeah. So I don't know. If you guys want to talk about anything and you're here live related to Verdansk, give it to us now.
You see that leaked Battlefield gameplay, man? You ever end up watching any of it?
No, I haven't yet. I've been seeing tweets though.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Lucci, I think, say something.
Do a tweet?
Yeah, he was like, or no, it wasn't Lucci. It was Clean. And he was like, yeah, see? This is what I like to see. No, like, gay operator lines. Just dudes in tack masks with guns.
He's such a dumb shit.
Yeah, it was a based tweet, though. Because, yeah, he's right. I'm so over the operator bullshit. I'm giga omega over it. So.
Yeah, him and Enders were doing a little argument, and then he blocked Enders. Quite funny.
Oh, no.
Quite
really?
funny, lad. Yeah, it was real funny.
That is funny. That is funny.
It was something about, I mean, Clean as usual, just miserable takes. He was basically saying he doesn't want the game fast and he doesn't want like bunny hopping in it. He doesn't want sliding in it. He's a rat fuck. And I wish Locap were here because goddamn, we'd be talking so much shit about Clean right now because I cannot stand that fucking rat.
Really?
But anyways, yeah, he's a dirty rat pig.
I don't know much about him, but I believe that.
Oh, he's the person who ruined Tarkov, essentially. Like, dead serious.
Really?
You know, he used to work for them. You know that, right?
No.
He used to work for BSG.
Fuck no, I didn't know that.
He used to work for BSG as he was like a community manager type person. He was the guy who was crucial in
Inertia?
getting Inertia added. He wanted all that
really
shit from the start
because
he didn't like how fast paced the game was. He didn't,
like getting shit slammed by people
hopping
him.
He didn't like all the sweat lords becoming too good.
Terrible
and
news.
That was like actually what he wanted. And then they implement all these horrible changes, ruin the game, and then he still somehow just never likes it. He's just never pleased with it. It's like, yeah, because you fucking ruined it. Gotta hate that guy. But anyways,
yeah.
It just kind of made me think, because of course people again have been bringing up the whole Battlefield BR thing. I usually just don't care about it at all, but if Warzone stays as bad as it is, I don't know when this next Battlefield's releasing, if it's later this year or next year, but if Battlefield releases like a basic battle royale shooter that's kind of in line with, say, MDub 2019 style that a lot of the older COD fans like default military skins and stuff like that, that BR could actually go crazy and like genuinely, I think, end up hurting Warzone a lot. Because that's what a lot of these old heads, as we like to call them, that play Plunder, that's what those guys want. They want military skin, like a basic BR shooter, and I'm kind of thinking Battlefield might finally be able to do that because they are doing a BR that's been confirmed, I guess.
It's crazy they haven't done another one since Firestorm already. So like, yeah that Omega doesn't.
They're in a really good
me.
position to, I think, put out a really good product with Warzone in its current state. Because people,
I agree.
Again, especially if Verdansk comes out and it's a flop, people are gonna be like, that was my last straw. I'm fucking done.
That's
with this
gonna be the last. Yep, that's gonna be the final stand. Is gonna be Verdansk for a fucking lot of people. Yeah, and they're like, dude, if this shit is still ass, they're fucking gone. See ya. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, something to keep an eye on. I need to actually look up when does the next when does the new Battlefield come out? So early next year, it sounds like. Yeah, before April of 2026 for sure. So they have about a year.
Yeah.
But anyways, something to keep an eye on.
Definitely something to keep an eye on.
The downward trend.
The thing about it, though, is like, I think it would take, if it was really well done and Warzone continues to flounder, I think it would take a lot of people from Warzone, but it almost certainly won't have a like loadout system. And I really do think that's the magic sauce that makes Warzone 100%. Extra good, you know? Because, like, I've played some other BRs a little bit. Like, I've played, I don't know, 10 games of Apex, probably. And the looting shit is so ass. Oh, it's awful. And, yeah, like, PUBG, I think I've played, like, 2 matches of. But it's like, and even just watching it, it's like, dude, this shit is so ass. And I want to have my own shit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I think if it doesn't have that, which it probably won't, it's Battlefield. Maybe they would do that. I don't know. You never know.
Some sort of like crate system. I can see them doing. I could see like it. That.
Yeah, yeah.
It'd be a smart move for sure. But
it would be a smart move because it could still feel very much like Battlefield, even if they had like a loadout system. You know, you don't have to call it perks or whatever, but like, you know, you could do something similar enough.
It would probably just be tied to their operators, maybe. Like maybe just going. I don't know what Firestorm was like. Never played it. It died really early. I don't even remember seeing gameplay of it. But I almost wonder if they would tie something to do with their operators to BR. So because there should be 4 different operators.
I thought they
assault,
weren't doing
support.
Oh, classes. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Classes. Sorry. Yeah. So assault, support, medic. And then what's the last one? Recon maybe is considered
Recon,
the last
yes.
one.
Yeah.
But I think they could actually build something really cool where it's like the Recon class almost that person has to use some sort of a sniper or something.
Yeah.
And it's like the medic class, like everybody can res their teammates, but the medic class has something else that you can either revive faster or like a revive gun type thing like they already have in Battlefield 2042. I don't know. I think it could do really well, and I'm excited for the next Battlefield. It's a great casual game to play with friends.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Because another thing about Call of Duty and Warzone, and especially when it has few players, is the people that are still playing are fucking nuts. Just omega insane good at the game. Have been playing for 5 years. Because the worse and worse like Warzone gets and the fewer and fewer people that are playing, who are the people left? Like only the most dedicated diehard Call of Duty players. So like everyone's kind of fucking insane. And that's only going to get worse and worse and worse. Kind of like the Fortnite problem. Like Fortnite came out and it was like fun and like you could compete. You go play Fortnite right now. Good luck. People will build on your bitch ass so fast, your head will spin. Like you can't. Even if you're like the perfect, like Shroud would get run over easily in Fortnite.
He would get ran over to easily. A 15-year-old kid. Yeah,
the average 15-year-old that's been playing since he was 7, would just mog his shit with ease. And that's not possible in any other FPS game. Because Shroud's really good at aiming his gun, but that doesn't matter in Fortnite. It does, obviously. But like, that's the thing though, is like there are like meta games within each shooter that you can get, most shooters. Some are so bad that you can't do that. I think that's been Ender's big complaint. There's like no skill gap in Battlefield. But like Call of Duty is the same thing. Like you get used to like the slide cancel, the dive, how long you have to run so that you don't dead slide, when to ADS, when to hip fire, doing the like switching between the two bullshit to like giga max your aim assist. Knowing the maps really well. Like if you go play Rebirth right now, there are people that have been playing Rebirth fucking every day that it's been a map since 2020. Good, like, okay, they're gonna know all the like cute little jump spots and tricks and tips and all of that shit. So I remember why I brought this up, just to let you guys know about that. So anyway.
Yeah. All right, well, we have some questions now if we want to.
We do have some cues.
Questions.
First and most importantly, from Spidey Shelf with the $4.99 super chat. If you super chat, you skip the line as always, by the way. And thank you, Spidey. Very much appreciated. POI you hope to see changed the most. That is one of the questions. It's actually a pretty good question because
it is. I haven't thought about what I would want changed, honestly.
Yeah, based on reports that we've been getting, the map we will get is going to be very similar to like OG Verdansk, not like Verdansk 84. And we also know that it's going to change in some fashion. So I pulled up a map here. How much is it going to change? We don't know. Probably not very, but it will absolutely change in some ways. For example, I think there's going to be water. Like, I think the Gora Dam is going to not be frozen over. It's going to be water, and I think the channel that it runs down, I think there's going to be water going through that bitch. They have swimming in the game. Their little dicks get hard about swimming. I hate that they ever added it to Warzone, but they did. Here we are. We're never going back. They're going to put fucking water on the map somewhere, and I can't think of a better spot. So, like, that's an example of something that's going to change. They're going to be adding more repels. To what extent, I don't know, but they're going to be adding more. So, like, the changes we can expect, I think, are going to be fairly minor, maybe, but they are going to change them. What POI do I want to be changed from the original the most? I'm not saying this will happen, but what I want the most is the most obvious answer for me, and it's not close. Baraket Promenade East.
Yeah.
Level it. Put a fissure in the map there, and that would improve the map.
Yeah, what would we change it to? Do you think you would just kind of expand the residential area north from hills?
I think, honestly...
Just make that houses instead?
I think you just make the buildings much better than they were.
Yeah.
So, like, you know how we were talking about that building that is across from Superstore that you really like? That's actually kind of similar to the Promenade building, except the two staircases connect at the ground level.
Yes.
And the rooftop is flat and not a nasty head glitch.
The ones on the south side
of all the Prom East buildings, and that would be such a better POI.
On the south side of Prom, right? That's what you're talking about, that one building?
South side of Prom, no.
There's
you
a
mean
building
south of Superstore, yes.
Oh, you're talking about those. Okay, because Prom East, there's one building on the south side of it that's well designed, and it's like a normal building. I don't know what it is. It's almost like an office building.
Yeah.
It's a flat roof. There's a middle staircase going up, I think.
Yeah, that would be better too.
Yeah, but
that would be better too.
It's just the big, like, it's the apartments or whatever those are. They're just poorly designed.
Really bad stuff. Yeah. So to be clear,
I think I would just change it to houses and then like gas stations, convenience type stores like we have on Urzikstan. I think just do that, honestly. Make them all one-story buildings.
Yeah. To be clear, I don't think they're going to change Prom East very much. I think they're going to add some repels to the roof, and the design of the buildings is going to be dog shit, just like it was. But you asked if I wanted one changed. It would be that, easily. And it isn't close. I also would like Hospital to be reworked, because the inside of Hospital was super cluttered and weird. Just a strange building that I did not like. So, anyway. Thank you, Spidey.
Yeah.
Don't call us unserious, man.
Yeah, it's Spidey. I had to pivot, man. I had to pivot because there was only one question.
Do a little piv, yeah.
Had to do a little, we're broadcasting sensations. Just put some fucking trust in us, you little rat.
Yeah. True. Based. Oscar, will audio be as good on Verdansk, or will we have, don't say as good, of the same quality we have now, or will we have the same dogshit audio we have at the moment? Okay, I don't understand what you're asking. Will audio be as good on Verdansk as what? Or will we have the same dogshit audio we have at the moment? I think the audio is going to be about what we have now. Verdansk is dropping. Look at, hey, TikTok, look at the words Verdansk release and then the timer. That's when. In 25 days, 19 hours, 12 minutes, and 16 seconds. Hope that helps Hank Chandler. And thank you for your social security number and address. I think the audio is going to be about the same as we have now. Which is to say, way better than it's ever been on original Verdansk. Like, the audio now has problems. I don't hear zip lines. I don't hear sliding. I don't hear people landing from a jump. But it's still miles better than it was back in 2020. Miles better. So it will be cool to play on Verdansk and often hear people that I should hear. So I think the audio is going to be better. Yeah.
Hard to say.
There will be lots of
they'll just randomly
issues
mess it
on
up,
launch.
and it's yeah. I mean, they just randomly will mess it up or perfect it in a seasonal update. So it's impossible to say. I mean,
true.
Yeah. I don't know.
Very true.
Hopefully good though. Hopefully season 2 of Modern Warfare 3.
Yes, I agree. Next, Patio. Say they take out balloons for Verdansk, which I think is a very strong possibility, by the way. Do you think the Sweats will have a hard time going back to rotating in vehicles and get bored? Okay.
I think it'll be weird at first for people. It'll take some time. He's unemployed, man. Come on. It'll take some time to get used to it.
Wood on the brain.
Much like them potentially slowing down the game a lot by doing that, maybe not being able to buy raising the price of teammate buybacks, getting rid of flares, gulag tokens, all of that stuff. So the game potentially might just feel a lot different, which I think we're due for that again. We had a lot of fun on MW3. It was good as it could be. And this year it's just kind of course, been ass. So I'm good for going with a totally different approach, and it'll be weird. And like, even us, I don't think we'll like rotating in vehicles at first. It'd be like, I wish you could just hit a balloon and get over there because you're that person. But then you got to think about it from the other side. It's like, well, some person could just be hitting a balloon 250 meters away and landing on a snow audio right now. So like, at least that wouldn't be happening if you're rotating vehicles. Yeah. So ultimately, it'll definitely take some adjusting. Yeah. It would be very, very weird at first not having balloons. It'll make the game will feel incredibly slow and probably honestly boring to start. But you'll get used to it and it'll become the norm.
I guarantee you people are going to freak the fuck out on day one without balloons. If there are no balloons, all those kids that made that video where they were like, oh yeah, they need to take out balloons, at least 2 of those people are going to tweet, yo, we need balloons back. This shit is ass or something. Because it's been a long time since we've had balloons, and the sweaty kids that are like chasing kills and just balloon hopping, it is incredibly easy to get a lot of free kills that are no effort if you have balloons. Like, every single game, if you're using balloons a lot and you've gotten used to using them so you know like where to land, you will get at least like 3 genuinely free kills only because of balloons. It's like, oh, okay, people are usually on this buy. I'm going to land on this rooftop that has a clear line of sight. Slap, dead. Doesn't matter how good they are. Doesn't matter anything, really. They're like automatic free kills. And Super Sweats use them because they're easy, fast kills, and you can travel across the map so quickly with them that they are gonna be bugged as fuck. Yes. Because now you're not getting over there as quickly. And even if you can get over there somewhat quickly with like a vehicle or even a helicopter, it's not a free kill anymore. You at least get there super quickly, but you're not just like on the perfect rooftop looking down on people instantly. Like they're so overpowered and good, and that people that are like chasing kills are gonna be fucking bothered a lot. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of bitching and moaning if they do take out balloons, which it looks like they're going to. And it surprised me to see them all asking for no balloons. But yes, people are gonna be super fucking bugged. Are they gonna have a hard time? Like, no, if you're a super sweat, you're still gonna win gunfights. You'll adapt, actually. But you're not gonna like it. Yeah, like the vast majority of these people that want this, I think, are gonna quickly be annoyed. Yeah, like extremely annoyed. You guys underestimate how fucking easy it is to get kills if you just balloon on people. Like, what are they supposed to do?
Especially
there's almost
when
no defense. Like it's so hard to like outplay that.
Yeah, and then when you're playing like quads or something, and 4 of you guys are landing in a higher position than a team crossing in an open field.
Exactly.
Because they didn't happen to have a balloon right there next to them. Yeah.
They're just all dead. Yeah. Yeah, and you'll land on different little perches. So it's like you can't line all of us. Like you're just dead. It's really, really strong. Yeah. So by the way, let that be a pro tip for you. If you guys want to get kills more, always be ballooning. Always.
Yeah.
And they just land above people. It's just so fucking good.
You're usually better off just pushing people in general rather than letting them push you.
Yes.
You usually have the advantage making the first move.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's like, even if they pop UAV and they're like, oh, all right, no one's around us. This has happened to me many times, by the way. Go to a buy, pop a UAV, look at the map, and it's like, all right, no one's around. Where should we go? And then we're like, all right, let's go, whatever, here. And then all of a sudden, they're on your bitch ass and you're dead. You're like, oh, okay. I couldn't have even UAV'd to outplay this because they weren't here. They weren't in UAV range 1 second ago, and I'm now dead. Balloon on people, yeah. But when they take them out for Verdansk, it's gonna be a lot different, and it's gonna make being on like rooftops in power positions a lot more powerful because you won't get ballooned on anymore.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's gonna take a lot of getting used to. People who played before are gonna figure it out quickly, but people who are like sweats that didn't start in Verdansk, those people do exist. They're going to have to do some adjusting for sure. Yeah. Yeah. I'm excited for it. Anyway. Oscar, will sticky aim assist be different than we have now? No. I'm surprised it even got nerfed. It did, which is good, but it needs more, and it won't get it. So, hope that helps. They're not going to flood Verdansk with water, Lee Mundo. But there's going to be some
get it in
water.
The canals, probably. Yeah.
Yeah. P.S. I want military skin only. Old man emoji. I've got that. Oh. Don't keep your hopes up, buddy. What was your favorite gulag? Is a great question from Patios.
Yeah. Remember when we used to get different gulags? Something else they used to do.
Oh yeah. Now we get the same gulag and they move some crates around
for 2 years. Yeah.
Right. And I can't see in any of them. So I hope that helps.
I think it's a hot take, but it definitely is. Most people hate it. But for some reason, I always liked Standoff as a gulag. The one that was like L-shaped. Remember? It was like the smaller version of Standoff, the multiplayer map.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Yes.
Most people hated it, but for some reason...
I hated it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hated it.
I think I liked it kind of because it was different. It was interesting.
It was different.
Because I really haven't loved any of them.
Yeah.
The gulag we have right now would actually be completely fine if we just had better lighting. It's bog standard. There's nothing really wrong with it, though. I largely agree.
Yeah. You know what one I liked? The coal mine one on Caldera, I think it was. That was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
That one was pretty,
good too. Yeah.
It had good audio. It was balanced. It was symmetrical enough. Yeah. I always thought, though, the best gulag would have just been like one of the excellent gunfight maps we had from MW19. Like King. Remember that gunfight map?
Yeah, that would have been literally perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, maybe make it a little smaller, like cut off the edge lanes or something, but like that's a good ass gulag map.
Yeah. What did you think of the Nuketown gulag? That one was fine, right?
I liked it. Yeah.
It was okay.
It was fun. Visibility was a little shit because it was a bus and the wheels on the bus go around. No. You look through like the window panes and shit, you kind of like don't. I don't know. Visibility could have been better on that one. But yeah. So
I thought the Mazra gulag was really good. The mini 2v2 with one person. That was after they took out. Oh yeah, how they cut off the sides.
And they made it 1v1. It was decent.
Yeah.
Actually, no, it wasn't. There was a really nasty head glitch for one of the spawns specifically.
Yeah.
Once people learned that, it ruined it. If they had fixed that, it would have been good, though.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Meh.
Yeah. Okay. Great question, Pat. Will they delay the release again? No. Oscar, they won't. Jacob, the finding a new... Yeah.
He is right, though. He's saying looting for individual attachment is bullshit.
Shit is ass true, yeah, obviously.
Yeah, we've progressed well past that. That was fine when BRs were up and coming and they were new. I don't want to loot for attachments anymore. Like you're talking about with PUBG, yeah, I just... The game has such good gunplay, and then everything else about it is just completely terrible. I was watching Grinder stream it the other day. He was playing PUBG. I'm like, oh my God, I forgot just how much looting it is. Like, they land in, they loot for 7 minutes, they don't see a team, they get a bunch of attachments and everything. You start rotating into zone, then you get sniped to some guy.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit, this game sucks a lot.
Yeah.
Because the map has the same player count as Warzone, except 50 players less, and then also it's 10 times the size.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not it. Fuck, is that not it? Yeah, I agree. Shit is ass. Especially for Call of Duty brain rot kids, they're not looting attachments. Like, no way.
Yeah.
Jitsi asks, with adding water and therefore decreasing the amount of playable land, will Verdansk be more chaotic than intended? No, fuck no. Verdansk is already... I'm pretty sure bigger than Urzikstan. Maybe not much bigger. But like if they take out balloons especially, it's not going to be chaotic at all. Plus they plan on taking out like gulag tokens and flares and shit like, and go agains and shit like that. So it's not going to be more chaotic than it is now. Honestly, Urzikstan big map is like pretty chaotic right now. Not too much so, but...
Yeah, with 150.
Yeah, but like it's pretty hot. Like pretty often, like, you know.
It's hot.
So it's not going to be, no. And the amount of playable land, I hope, is not going to be, it's going to be genuinely like 1% of the square mileage of the map. Maybe 5% is going to be water, and that's just not enough for it to be relevant. Because how often is anyone sitting in those canals where the water is going to be? Never. Like they're crossing through it. It's not somewhere you actually play. So I don't think it's going to change anything now.
Yeah, Urzikstan is slightly larger than Verdansk, I guess. Not much though, but
yeah, which is what I said.
It's slightly smaller, bigger. Yeah.
But Urzikstan has way more water than Verdansk will have. So the playable land is going to actually be more on Verdansk than it is on Urzikstan.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and it seems like Urzikstan, the way it's spread out, the POIs, it feels like there are people everywhere. Whereas Urzikstan, well, it might be bigger. Like the northwest side of the map, nobody lands at. Even the northeast side, Millie, not a lot of people land deep up there. It just seems like a lot of wasted space. Whereas on Verdansk, you have people landing on the far east side of the map at lumber and farmland. You have people landing at the bottom of the map at prison. You have people landing up at dam, maybe, depending on what they do with it. So it's like, it's all utilized, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yes, for sure. Yeah. So, okay, moving on from that. As a big wooded area guy myself, asks Patias, I'm curious what's your favorite wooded area on Verdansk. So I'll pull up the map again, and I'll show you. This is what I think I'm thinking of, but I'm actually not sure. Is this a fire station right here? Above block 18? If so, east of this, fuck do I have the fondest of memories here. Yeah, I'm like 95% sure this is it.
You've never once fought up there.
Is this a fire station? North of block 18? If it is, then I've fought up there a lot, actually, and I hope that helps. Yeah. There have been a lot of end games up there, and those were fucking fun. That's my favorite wooded area. Although, all of it's fun, man. Except farmland.
North of Millie's fun.
There have been end games at farmland where the like actual crop rotation's happening. Terrible. That's too flat and no cover. So obviously that shit is ass. Those endings suck balls. Prison endings suck balls. But like by junkyard area too, and I knew that was, I remembered that before this moment when I saw this, and I was like, oh yeah, that's a POI. These are fun. Over here by the overpass, pretty fun. Actually, not really. South of the overpass, though, on the edge there. And then, yeah, north of Millie, great times, great times.
Yeah, for me, I think it's got to be that whole western edge of the map. Up west of Storage Town, Boner, all up in those mountains, that whole side of the map. But
yeah,
honestly, all the edges are good. I'm a
really
big
good
edge
stuff,
guy.
yeah. I love edging.
Yeah.
So,
cool.
What do you think you got in? I read that right. Invited to play Verdansk early. Swag, definitely.
Swag, Ebates, some girl streamers you've never heard of that averaged 12 viewers.
Every female who's streamed Call of Duty in the last 2 years. Yeah.
Except for Kaylee,
yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't care enough about like the cool kids.
I can release the list.
You got the documents?
Yeah, I've got the documents.
Okay, Trump. Let's see. Do you think last year's Warzone had the best perks in a sleight of hand not being in-game detrimental? Last year's perks? No, not necessarily. I don't know if they were like bad last year. I don't know if they were good. I mean, the game that had the best perks has to be a game where Ghost only worked while moving, number one. So it automatically Actually, wait, yes, I do. Yes. Perks last year were the best because Overkill was default and therefore it wasn't a perk. If you can count that. Then I would say, yeah, last year's perks were the best.
Yeah.
I'd have to think about that a lot more, though. Like, what game had the best perk balance? It's actually a really good question. Yeah, that's hard to say, actually. Yeah, that's hard to say.
It's kind of hard to balance perks, to be honest.
Yeah, it is.
Definitely wasn't Caldera with Combat Scout.
Fuck no, it wasn't. Yeah, fuck no, it wasn't, actually. Holy shit, I forgot about Combat Scout, yeah. It was fun when you were shooting people, but it was terrible stuff, terrible news when you were being shot, yeah. You just automatically did. But yeah, like Combat Scout and Balloons were just band-aids for Caldera, the map, being designed with 1 million bushes and 90% incline mountains. They just had to like add shit to make the game playable. So Combat Scout was one of them, I think, and Balloons were another. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Lee Mundo. Urzikstan is all a bit samey. Very agreed.
It is, yeah. Well, like what we've always been saying, it's all AI generated, the entire map. So
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, that's why it has no soul or character. How good will Verdansk be from 1 to 10? It depends on the time you're asking that, Oscar. On day 1, it's going to be a 3. Maybe.
the map will be perfect. The game will suck though.
Well, we'll see. Once they like dial in Verdansk, I think it'll be like a, man, that's hard to guess. The map itself, they could fuck it up badly by not changing it enough, but I don't think they will. So I think it'll actually be like an 8. I think Verdansk is going to play.
That's the number I was going to say.
Yeah, way better than it ever did in the past because of all the new shit we have now. But it won't be an 8 on launch. There will be people under the map, inside the map, sniping you from Rebirth. It's not going to be good on day 1. It's going to be a disaster of epic proportions, and it will not be an 8 out of 10, but eventually it will be, yeah. So keep that in mind. Yeah, I don't know. Shadow Demon Gaming in all caps, change it, obviously. What do you think they will reveal Monday for the 10th anniversary?
Oh, yeah, we're a couple days away,
5th.
aren't we?
But on the 10th, yeah, we are 2 days away. One couple of days.
Monday,
one
the 10th
couple of
for
days.
The anniversary, yeah. Ooh, that's a good question. It's got to just be a teaser, right? We're
It's
not
gonna
getting
be
anything
some
meaningful.
cinematic trailer.
We're gonna
Yeah.
start with a teaser, which is fine. We're 30 days out. They're starting it. That's fine. I think we get a little teaser,
and everyone's gonna lose their minds.
I guess
Yeah.
we could say this while we're here. They put out a little video today, and it shows the Kilo and the AMAX.
Wow.
So those are confirmed coming back. Unfortunately, they did not show the Grau, which bugs me a lot because, of course, everyone's all excited about the Kilo. So I'm bugged.
You should be. Yeah.
But,
link it, by the way, obviously.
They posted it to celebrate women, by the way. Today's International Women's Day. Do you know that, man? So shout out to them. That's what I always say.
Shout out to these stupid broads. Yeah. Okay.
Broads,
So very cool. Oh yeah,
So,
this is okay. Yeah, this bothers me. We'll get into it. But yeah, I don't know what they'll do. I think so. Yeah, on the 10th, I guess that's the 5-year anniversary of Warzone. It's going to be something about Verdansk. It's probably going to be a cinematic trailer. I don't think it's going to have lore, but it might.
It's gonna have lots of lore.
You think so?
It'll be fucking chocked full of lore. Yeah.
I don't think so. I think it's going to be just like people shooting guns and it looks cool, and it's going to be doing like flyovers of different parts of the new Verdansk.
Really? Okay.
That's
See,
what
I'm thinking
thinking.
day 1 they tease it. I think it's gonna start. It's gonna be some music that's gonna be the perfect choice of music because they're really good at that.
Yep.
It's gonna
I
be
wish they were
dark.
that
They're
good at
gonna
the
pan
game.
up. It's gonna show some guy's legs. Right? Stick with me. So they're panning up. They're panning up his character model. It's gonna show him. It's gonna be some guy, and I know
big's
the
the
name
bulge?
of some guy. Average.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with that. And it's gonna be some guy. I don't know any of the lore, but it's gonna be some guy that everyone's gonna be like, oh, he's back. He's alive. He's died in 13 different single player games. Right? He's somehow back, and then he's gonna say some lines about, they're going back to Verdansk. We got to get back there. And then it's going to like pan the camera around and he's going to be looking out of a window, right? And it's going to show Verdansk and it's going to cut end scene. 10, 15 second teaser. That's it. I've directed it. I should major in marketing, man. I should go back to
Pre-order
college and
Black
major in
Cell
marketing.
Season 3 coming
Yeah,
out on
it's gonna-
April 3rd for $800,000 and get the
The teaser?
premium I'm fucking cool Grau Black Cell Operator bundle.
The teaser is going to be
tracers.
10 seconds. The Black Cell advertisement's going to be 40.
Dude,
Yeah.
actually gonna be in there, yeah. Yeah. Oh,
I don't know.
yeah,
There's
you
a
could be
soldier
onto
in all of
something.
us. That's what I always say.
Okay. I hate that you said that, but anyway.
It's at the end of the teaser they put out today.
Yeah, whatever. There's not a soldier in women. We're celebrating the women who run the game because Call of Duty is for hashtag all of us. Hashtag IWD 2025. Hashtag IED Raven 2025. Here's the trailer. I'm showing it.
How's it looking so far?
How many women have ever been in a special ops division, by the way? Like, women are cool and all, but like, I don't know, whatever.
They're fine. Standard issue.
Good win.
I don't recognize a
I've literally
single
never seen in my
streamer they
life.
pick,
Yeah.
of course. Yeah, not a single one. Don't pick any of the big ones.
Who's still looking for me? Look at your dumbass.
Kaylee.
Get him dead!
Jesus, man.
Ship it, baby.
Yeah, like, at least show, like, the popular female shooters, man. Maybe I'm just not a gooner enough. Jakin, how many of these girls do you know?
Yeah. He's modded in all of their chats, yeah. Oh, there's Smixy.
Okay.
So I knew one.
She's actually good at the game, too, so based.
So,
yeah, I know 1 out of 20 so far.
The very
by the
end
way,
scene where they're showing there's a soldier in all of us, because that's true, there is.
Okay.
The one soldier is holding an AMAX and the other one's holding a kilo. So they're back.
Okay.
You excited, man?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So, yeah, no, of course not. Of course I'm not.
Yeah. So anyways, that's cool. Shout out to women. But what were we
women,
talking about
I guess.
that because oh yeah, he was asking what they're gonna reveal. So yeah, that's what I think they're gonna do.
Yeah. It'll be a Black Cell promo. Yeah.
My friends won't play with me anymore because I play a mouse and keyboard on Xbox. Yeah.
Based.
Where's this guy from?
Who?
That name. The guy who said that. What's his name? Styles.
Oh yeah, Styles. Fu? He's from a suburb in the United States with a made-up ass name. That's my guess. I don't know what
Maybe
the
like
fuck that could
Finnish
be.
or something. Finland?
Fu? Or Egyptian, maybe? That sounds like Khufu, kinda. I don't know. You Egyptian, Styles? Let us know. Anyway, yeah, based. Don't play mouse and keyboard, especially on an Xbox. Get a computer, and better yet,
Yeah,
also get a controller.
Your friends are right, buddy. Just stop.
Your friends are super correct, yeah. They should smash your Xbox if they're really your friends, but anyway.
That's from the Bronx. Okay, that does not line up, but okay.
Yeah, whatever. I don't know. Styles, thank you for the 2 USD though. Big giant dog. We appreciate that, man. Very kind of you. Merry Wednesday. Thank you, Styles. And thank you again, Spidey, by the way. Yeah. So.
Do you think Steam players dropped because everyone went to PS5? No. Steam player numbers could be down, one, because of
the game isn't good.
What's the thing? The Xbox thing? Game Pass?
Game Pass. That's probably
could be
the biggest
that
thing, yeah.
Don't know how much that actually plays into it. I feel like not as much as some people cope and think it does. Like, oh, the player numbers are down if it's on Game Pass. Like, well, I don't know. But that's definitely a small part of it, yeah. But bottom line, I mean, when you're comparing the time of year too, like February of 2025 to February of 2023, the player counts are actually down like well more than 50% of what they were in that month 2 years ago. And then like probably 30% compared to that month last year. So when you look at it that way too, it's like to see these player counts this early in the game's life cycle, like there are clearly a lot of issues with the game.
Yeah. And a big part of it is because they didn't like do anything for season 2, so of course people are getting bored.
Yeah, exactly. That'll pop back up a lot, but
it will pop back up a lot.
Steam
but
performance is really bad. They also have to
do
do with that
season 2.
Weekly maintenance during peak hours. The Steam performance does suck, of course. Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, we've always said that, of course. Like Steam is obviously by far the smallest platform. Just because Steam has 44,000 playing right now. I mean, COD has 10 times that amount playing right now.
Yeah,
so.
for sure.
But it more than anything, it shows if it's down that much on one platform, it's down on everything else.
Exactly. Yeah. Obviously. Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
But no, I don't think the Steam players drop because of PlayStation 5. No, it'd be because of Game Pass mostly, and because the game sucks.
It's mostly because the game sucks, but outside of that, it's because of Game Pass. Yeah, I would imagine. Because, well, no, actually, I don't buy that. Because if it was because of Game Pass, that would mean that person already owned it on Steam, but now chooses to play it on Game Pass instead. Or they would have bought it on Steam, but instead they play on Game Pass, I guess. So, like, obviously some people got captured by Game Pass that would have otherwise played on Steam. I don't think it's a large number, though. I think it's still a very good benchmark for overall player counts. Steam. So, but yeah, I think it'll kick back up. But
yeah, because I mean, even then, like the peak numbers were still over 300,000 when BO6 launched, and that the peak numbers now are like right at 100.
There aren't 200,000
like
players on Game Pass that would be on Steam.
Yeah. So it's not like all those people, like you're saying, had it on Steam and then just all stopped playing and then got it on Game Pass. So yeah, I get what you're saying. That does make a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, again, as I've been saying, I am naively very excited for Verdansk. And as we talked about on Patreon, the big things that we think are going to be changing, and we explained why in that episode, so go listen if you want to, are 150 players is going to stay, which has been nice on Urzikstan. That has helped a lot. Balloons gone, vehicles improved, fewer regain mechanics. So buying back might cost 4K again, or I don't know what it even was originally. I've forgotten at this point. Was it 4 or 5 or 6 even thousand? I don't know, but that's going to be another one. And then maybe snipers like improve. And that's one thing I do want to talk about. If they improve snipers, which has sort of been hinted at, what would they do to them? And also, do they need to be improved?
Snipers?
No, in parentheses. Yes, snipers. Because a lot of people in that video we went over, Tanner, were like, oh yeah, they need to make sniping better or whatever.
I know.
I just don't think that's true. I get sniped often. So like, I don't know, man.
I think the people who say that did not play the game last year when they dropped the Car 98 and had to deal with that.
Yeah.
That's what I think we're working with. It just comes down to players are too good now. You can't have a gun that can one shot at any distance, or even a fast gun that can one shot kill even from, I don't know, 150 meters, because players are 3 times as good as they were 5 years ago. So
yeah.
I think snipers are fine where they are.
I agree.
That will be one thing, though, when people come back, people that haven't played the game in a long time, they're going to expect something like a sniper to be really good and one-shot it at any range, and then they're not going to. And then they're going to be like, oh, they need to make sniping better, blah, blah, this game sucks. So I think there will be people complaining about that, but ultimately, no, it'll make the game way too toxic if they buff snipers a lot.
Yeah, I agree. So that has me wondering what if they are going to make sniping better, how? What are they going to do? Because if they make everything one-shot, headshot at every range, I'm going to freak out. I'm just going to freak out. And here's another thing, by the way, that was the case in OG Verdansk that we don't have any inclination is coming back, is bullet velocity.
Yep.
Back in the day, when I was using my favorite Warzone weapon of all time, the Ram 7, of course, the bullet velocity was 1,800 something meters per second. So, for context, the highest bullet velocity you could probably get with a BO6 gun in Warzone right now, probably 13. And that gun sucks. Whatever it is, the gun sucks and the build sucks to get that much velocity. on average for like an AR, I think for like if you're using like gain twist barrel on like the Cypher with 8 attachments, without using the velocity ammo mod, I think you're at like 1100 bullet velocity. 1800's a lot more, and we were not trying to get bullet velocity when we did that. We put on the same bog standard 5 attachments we put on every other gun. Guns just had on average, I don't know if I should say guns, assault rifles on average had fucking way more bullet velocity. And if they do that, if they bring that back, you're really going to get your shit beamed with extreme ease. Because, like, people were not as good back then. So put a Ram 7 with 1800 veloc in Biffle's hands now? Oh, baby. He'll never miss anything on anyone ever, no matter how far they are. So I wonder if that comes back and if it should come back. I want it back and then give guns recoil also, and I hope that helps.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what we should do. Higher velocity again. Get rid of / reduce the visual recoil and then add in regular recoil.
Yeah. Right.
It's going to be funny when the AMAX just makes my whole screen shake because the visual recoil now in the game. That's going to be real fun, and I can't wait for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think... Yeah, I think that's the best way to do it. Because having low velocity, some of the gunfights at range, it's not satisfying feeling trying to shoot people when they're that far away. I don't know. I just think it'd be better if you can... The velocity is higher, but it did take more skill overall to hit those shots because of recoil.
Yeah, exactly. And then another question too, because we haven't had a meta where you zoom in a very long time. I actually don't. It must have been Caldera was the last time, right? And we went, let me be clear, we went overboard in Caldera when you could zoom in 8x and have no recoil. That was a little too crazy.
Yeah,
but like OG Verdansk, the VLK 3X, which was actually like a 5.5 or something. I remember when that news broke, Exclusive Ace was like, wait a minute, this isn't 3X at all. I hope that helps. But anyway, that zoomed a good amount and it was controllable. And we have not had that in a long time. Everyone just uses red dots and has been for at least the last 3 years, I think. Maybe 2.5. I don't remember, but like we weren't using zoom in MW2, Warzone 2, terrible game. And we weren't using zoom really actually, so it's been like 3 years. In Warzone 3, or excuse me, MW3 either. And we're not using zoom now on full auto guns. We're just using red dots and irons.
Yeah.
So I wonder if, well, I don't know if that's the game or the player base though. 'Cause like, you can run like the Jason Armory 2X if you're using a compensator. I don't know if you can, man. I think they're all harder to use than like a
the
VLK.
Jason though is weird. It doesn't really zoom. It's like the optic is sitting so far away from your eye that the eye relief makes the optic. I don't know. It feels like it's not even zooming at all, hardly. So I don't think that's the best example of one, basically.
Well, there's the other one that people kind of sometimes
the regular 3X.
Used. Oh yeah, with the M4 they used it, with the Extreme M4. Yeah, the 3X. I forget what it's called.
Maybe it's just the Cypher actually that the Jason Armory sits really far on. Something feels weird about it on the Cypher.
Yeah. Well, yeah, a lot of retards are using 3Xs on their Cyphers right now, but it sucks with a 3X, and that's why you kill them. Because they're not good and their gun setup sucks. But like, you know, again, when you were using a Kilo, your gun was just wrong without a VLK on it. Like it would be retarded to run a red dot on it. Whereas now, it's like the opposite, maybe, or at least it's like, I guess you can run the 3X, but you're going to hit a lot more shots if you just run a red dot. Yeah. So I wonder if we're going to get that back. We won't. I hope that helps. But that's going to be another thing that's different, I should say, is that even if we did get like velocity back, which we won't, I don't think we're going to get that zoom optic meta back. And I did enjoy that a lot. For sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I want that back too. Trying to think.
And especially
Yeah,
if you're going to make snipers better, give me a zoom optic I can use. So I can compete.
That was another weird thing going from Warzone to Warzone 2 is we ended with Caldera where we're running the 3 to 6x, and then you get to Warzone 2 where you can't even run a red dot without having some uncontrollable gun. Like no matter what optic you ran, you just could not control anything. And I like that at first because again, it was different and we need change periodically in Warzone. I do think that. So I was like, okay, so I gave it a shot and I would have been fine with it, but the guns just had way too much recoil and visual recoil to make them usable at long range. At least the first couple seasons. It eventually was a little bit better. Like once we had the Cronin as the meta, that was in an okay spot. Cronin Squall. But yeah, Verdansk might feel weird using red dots.
Yeah.
We never really used that at all.
No, we didn't.
They were all zoomed.
And with all that open space,
I guess we used irons. God, dude, if the Grau iron sight comes back, I might have to go back to independent FOV.
Oh yeah, really?
Zoom.
Yeah,
I might have to.
Yep, and you're super old, so you doubly would want to do that. Yeah. Fuck, you're old.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop my FOV to like 80 or something too to see things.
Okay, dude. Okay, dude. Jagan asked, do you think or hope they will change any of the copy pasta houses that were in Verdansk? Or were they fun and or balanced? I mean, I don't have memory of like every single one because there were a ton of those little like random shitter fuck houses. Like this house right here. Like what is this? I don't know. Like I don't remember really. A lot of those houses though were actually the same, the copy pasta ones, so I think that's probably the one you're talking about.
Yeah.
That house was fine, but for the visibility. It's like the layout of it was fine. It was just way too hard to see people in most of them. Sometimes the light hit the correct way and it was fine, but like most of the time you couldn't see inside those fucking things. So I think the layout was fine. I just want to be able to see if I'm in them. I don't really care if they change it. I just want to be able to see people in them. But that's not like a problem with like the building itself. It's more with the video game.
Yeah, that's really what it was, is the dark corners. That was the issue.
Yeah, it wasn't like the layout. And I certainly don't want to go to the Caldera house meta where you could go inside or also you could go upstairs, but you have to exit the house and then re-enter a different door to go upstairs. Insane.
Oh,
hated that a lot. Really bad
those
stuff.
Buildings sucked.
Really bad.
Those were so bad. Remember how confusing that was for a long time?
Yes.
It's like, dude, how do I get upstairs? Oh, it's a different staircase outside on the other side of the building.
Yeah. Yeah. So a bunch of duplexes everywhere. Really bad. Yeah. Hated that. So don't want that to come back. But yeah, most of those little buildings I'm like fine with. I'm very fine with.
Yeah. What else we got here?
Their gun fidelity. I mean, I agree with you, Ramin. Their gun fidelity and whole feel is unmatched. True. Yeah, I agree with that. I've never disagreed with that.
Are there a bunch of those now?
That's
there are
the
a bunch
one
of those
thing
now.
IDub does well.
Yeah, definitely. Inside door. H is saying there are a bunch of buildings like that Caldera one you're describing now. Are there really?
No. Not a bunch. I can't even think of one.
I can't think of one. Tell me where one is at.
Yeah, no, H is just cap. That's just cap.
I miss having familiar houses. Every building in this game is different and just kind of annoying. You guys are thinking of something else then, because there's nothing that felt like that Caldera type.
Name one.
Because the Caldera type, you know what it was? So the Caldera one, you had to run up a staircase outside that then led you to this upstairs patio area. And then from that upstairs patio railing, then you went in through a door. You guys are just talking about how there's a door that goes up to a second story staircase. It feels a lot different. That's not the same thing at all.
Yeah.
Next to market. Okay, the next to market, so he's talking about probably on the east side of market.
I'm trying to think of one that might be that.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, why doesn't that feel nearly as bad as the Caldera ones, though? Maybe because Caldera, they were everywhere, and where they are on this map must not be as impactful or something.
That would be my guess. They were every fucking house on Caldera. So.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Downtown next to the current buy.
Downtown next to the current buy. You're not talking about Trump.
He's talking about the buy to the normal buy you guys always go to.
Oh, my buy?
I assume. Yeah. I think that's
that
what he's talking
staircase
about.
is not. You can hit those staircases from inside.
About there.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the one at Market, I do think that is one of the shitter fuck Caldera layouts, but it's like the only one I can think of.
Yeah, that is a literal outside staircase that goes to a door, but I don't know. Yeah, they were everywhere on Caldera.
They were everywhere on Caldera. Anyway, whatever. Verdansk did not have that, which is cool. So I'm excited to see that. Yeah. And we did a flyover of Verdansk, by the way, but we never like pulled up the map and just looked at it, because that flyover video was cute, but it was missing a lot. One of those things was prison.
Massive POIs. Yeah. Prison sucks, by the way.
Really bad stuff. Yeah. Prison's a shit POI, and it's in a shit part of the map, because it's in a corner. So, like, giga campable, because people are only coming from 90 degrees. And, obviously, you're, like, on top of a little tower. Like, one ladder up. Yeah, terrible design. Not fun. I'm excited for this, though, man. And here are all the bridges named. Yeah. Karst Bridge, Tavorsk Bridge. Oh, and by the way, the Spomenik, it was what I was thinking of. The stupid art statue. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tavorsk Park. Downtown. But you're right, dude. These hills between Hospital and Torsk Block, those go crazy, dude. Those hills go fucking crazy. Big fan of those hills. Fuck,
yeah, so if we wanted to do a Verdansk run through for a pod episode, so we can, how do you do that, Jake? Can you just install MW19 and you load up Spec Ops and you can play online with somebody else then? And do you have access to the whole map? Is that how that works, or what? What were you guys doing the other day?
It'd be crazy to get that aim assist again.
Because we might be able to just get active in there.
We could. Yeah. I'd have to install malware on my PC to do that, but...
Yeah.
Which is, of course, MW19.
Pat, do you think they will close off some floors of buildings like they do now and lock doors? If it wasn't before, then no. I don't think they're going to close off any buildings that weren't closed off before. If that's what you're asking.
What locked doors?
I mean, just now, there are a lot of buildings that just are there, but you can't go inside of them. Like by your guys' buy, there's one building right there that just, it's a building, but everything's shut and locked. You can't go in it. There are a lot of those.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
They're all over the place.
I don't know what building that is by our buy.
It's a little tiny shit one. You don't know because you don't go in it, so you don't think about it. It's just
yeah,
there.
I guess, yeah.
It's just a barrier.
I believe you. I'm just saying. I guess I haven't noticed it. Yeah. Yeah. What multiplayer map, JKN?
Multiplayer and just free cam or Spec Ops, you can play sections. Okay. Sections.
Yeah, we should do that. Maybe we'll do that on a Saturday, like next Saturday or something.
Yeah.
Or on Patreon, we'll see.
Like a door exists that doesn't open.
Okay.
Yeah, I really don't think with the buildings, like even what we were talking about with the layout, I'm not sure they're really going to change any of that at all. And I think
don't either. Yeah, I don't either. I think they're just going to add some repels here and there.
I would have a hard time even deciding what to do because, like, there might have been some issues with the map that people complained about, some people. But if you go to change it, then you're also ruining small areas of a map that people think they loved.
Yeah.
So then when you get back to that, people are going to notice little things like that and be like, why did they change this? Even though it technically might be better for balance. So I think they won't change a whole lot. And I think overall it's fine because I believe that's what most people want.
I agree. And look.
Yeah, that's a tough decision.
Yeah. I don't think they're going to change much of that. I think they're going to add some repels here and there, and that's kind of going to be it. And look, the thing is, if you make a BR map, parts of it are just going to suck. Some people are just going to hate some parts of a BR map. This isn't multiplayer where the map is small enough that like almost everyone can like every part of it. It's too big of a play space. Like, yeah, there's going to be a spot on any BR map, the perfect BR map, that you don't like. It's just too big of a map with too many different things for you to reasonably expect to enjoy playing on all of it. So, like, is Prom East going to suck fucking balls again? Yes, it will. Almost certainly. But that's okay. That's fine. Because there isn't a BR map the size of Verdansk that could possibly exist that I would like all of. Or anyone would like all of. So, like, if they don't change anything, that's okay. Yeah, just don't go there. Like, yeah, you're not gonna like all of any BR map. It's too big of a map. But like, I think just adding repels even to prom buildings will go a long way. Like, if you take a look, like all these little shit prom buildings, add a repel on like either long side. Like, if that's all you do, those buildings will still suck, but they'll be way less toxic than they used to be. Because then you could pinch people up and down without having to like go get a helicopter. Because like back in the day, if someone was holding you from a building, like a rooftop, it was like, all right, did you guys buy a precision airstrike? No? Back out. We lost. Back out. There's nothing we can do. Or is there a helicopter really fucking close? Okay, back out. We've automatically lost. There's no balloons. There's no portable buys. That's it. You're just dead. You can't get up there. It's never happening. So just adding like repels alone would make it so much better. Will prom be a good POI with repels? Fuck no. Let me say that again. Fuck no, it won't be. It'll be ass. No. But it won't be nearly as bad as it was 5 years ago. Because that was like the big problem with them, is they're just like ultra camped and nasty head glitches. One thing I wish they would do in addition to adding repels, again, I wish they would just level all of it. But if they're not going to do that, add repels, make them less steep also. Because they're like a fucking Viking longhouse with the steepest fucking rooftop that you got the grossest head glitches on. The grossest head glitches on. And you could be in the little box at the top. So, I mean, just horrendous POI. Really fucking bad stuff.
Yeah.
And if you're in one of those boxes shooting someone else on another rooftop of a prom building, no one's getting a full kill ever. That's fun. It isn't. It was just all dog shit. It was all trash. Really, yeah, terrible stuff. Fuck, I hate Promenade, dude.
H posted a video of the building in Damascus. And yeah, I don't think I've ever used that door to go up to that second floor ever. I think the only way I've gotten to the second floor of that building is by jumping off the building to the east of that, and flying into that top window and going through the window there. So, I mean, that one I forgot it even existed, but there definitely aren't nearly as many of those on Urzikstan where you've got that outside.
I'm not joking. I've never gone to the second story of that building in my life.
Yeah,
I'm either on that roof or in the first story. I didn't even know that existed. Yeah. Wow.
So I think it's because Urzikstan just has so many buildings that if there are some of them like that, I guess I just don't notice nearly as much. And then Caldera, it was like every single building design was like that, it felt like. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Jacob asked, do you think Gunfighter sucks because of not enough recoil attachments? No. I don't.
I don't think
Gunfighter's still
sucks.
very worth
I think
using.
Gunfighter you like have to run, actually. I think I think Gunfighter's too important, and I think they need to just reduce recoil on attachments even more and make it so Gunfighter isn't what feels like a requirement. Because still, I mean, most people on their primary just take Gunfighter, right? That seems to be what everyone does still.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
especially without the XM4. Like, they need to make that buffer weight stock, like, for all ARs, actually. I think there needs to be a recoil stock in the game.
yeah, speaking of that, I'm looking at it now. I don't love the way they did the weapon attachment system this year. Like, the no downsides is cool, but having like stocks and rear grips like do very specific things and then nothing else gets kind of annoying. Like you're saying, like not having a recoil stock.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I agree.
I'm not a huge fan of how they've done it.
I agree. I think overall it is still better for like shitter fucks, but like they could have done this also. They could have equally simplified it, but also allowed for like most pros in most categories. So like,
yeah.
Oh, attachments only have pros now, or like very few cons. You could have done that still and also added a rear grip that helps with like horizontal recoil control. You could have done that. But yeah, like rear grips only will help you with, what is it? Sprintifire or hip fire to ADS accuracy, which is fake or some shit like that. None of those work, I don't think, by the way, which is why no one runs them. Those would be cool attachments that just I don't have faith work. They may or may not work. I don't trust. Fuck no, do I trust Raven when they say they work, which is what the game says. So I just don't run them. And like, yeah, stocks only help with what is it?
ADS walking speed.
ADS walking speed. It's like, okay, man. Like you could have added a stock that helps with recoil. By the way, especially a stock could help with recoil. Because in real life, isn't that the thing that helps with recoil? A fucking stock?
I mean, it
so you
certainly
can secure that
yeah.
bitch against your body.
A more comfy stock, yeah.
Yeah. Little ergo stock that's grooved.
Yeah.
Maybe ribbed. But yeah.
You like it ribbed,
I would have liked that. Yeah. Because it could have been just as simple. Like, oh, most attachments are just helpful. But just add more. Yeah. Anyway. What else did we not talk about in that flyover, by the way? Prison
Like
was one.
POIs?
Yes.
Port, they didn't show port at all.
They didn't show port, and that POI sucked a lot. And it will be a lot better, actually, with new shit. I think port is going to be another POI that is very much improved by all the new mechanics we have from the original. Remember when... What's the worst contract to get in port? Do you remember?
Didn't the scab take you all the way to the top of the crane or something?
Every single fucking time. It would make you climb that goofy ladder.
And you get sniped, yeah.
And then you've been sniped, yeah. Really bad stuff, yeah. Yeah.
You have to take a ground loot sniper and one tap somebody all far away.
Yeah. Port, I think, will be much improved, though.
Hopefully.
I actually think Port would be kind of fun nowadays.
With Omni movement? Are you picturing Port with Omni movement?
Imagine Port with Omni movement. Yeah, that's what I'm imagining Port with Omni. No, I'm imagining it with some repels and like way faster movement speed, actually. Okay. Yeah. And faster mantle speed, too. Because, like, that's another thing, by the way, in MW19, everyone jerks off, oh, the movement was so fluid and fast. Mantle something, idiot. It was not fast. It was pretty slow. Not Warzone 2 slow, but pretty slow. So, yeah, that's another thing.
Yeah.
Anyway. But, yeah.
Yeah, that is true. I forgot about that.
TV station will be dark as fuck and not fun.
TV station's not good at all.
TV station is going to suck a lot because you will never see anyone in any of those buildings. That's going to be really bad stuff. Block 6 is what you were saying you loved, by the way.
Yeah.
By Stadium. Mm-hmm. That is a nice, that's a charming micro POI. Yeah. 100%.
I think we just called it neighborhood.
We might have just called it neighborhood. Yeah. Yep. Do you think Berthas are going to regain their status, by the way?
Yeah, it's like, are they really just making changes to vehicle mechanics in a seasonal update? I don't know, man.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think they will. As much as I want them to, I really don't think they will.
Yeah. Berthas also were a little too strong. Could never shoot someone in one.
They were a little strong.
They were a little too strong.
But maybe we needed that. I don't know.
Maybe. I think the amount of health they had was fine. It was just impossible to kill someone in one. You could be shooting right at his head, actually, and you do like 1 damage per bullet. It was dumb. That was the part that was overpowered. The amount of health they had, I think, was fine. Like, yeah, it's like a big, slow thing, you know. Should be stronger. But, and how you had to all get in the back because it had 1 seat. That was fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it sucked, but it was like cool. It was like, all right, get in, go prone, good luck. Yeah. Man. Some good assed times on Verdansk.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, shout out Verdansk. I also wonder if on the east side of airport, those hangars that were always really dark in the corners too, I wonder how lighting is going to be in those areas.
Bad.
I just wonder what the skybox is going to be like too, man.
Bad. Yeah,
I hope it's just not. Ugh, I'm worried about it.
I don't know. Yeah, the skybox is a big one. That is something we don't know at all what it's going to be like. Because they're not going to try to be like faithful or whatever. You know what else too, I wonder? Verdansk was really shit brown colored everywhere. I wonder if they're going to spruce it up a little bit. It wouldn't even affect like the gameplay, but like just the ambiance. If it was a little more caldera colored, some brightness, that would be bonkers, dude. Imagine Verdansk looking good with Omni movement.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm down for that. I'm down for some color on the map.
That would be
maybe some
nuts.
Blues,
yeah.
Maybe some yellows. Hell, maybe even some reds if we want to get nuts.
Imagine the color red on Verdansk with Omni movement. Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, kind of dope.
That would be cool. Yeah. What is crash site? South of Millie. What is that?
Said that? Oh, you're looking at the map. That was kind of just an open area. That was, oh yes, there was a crash site there. There was a helicopter crash site there, I think, and like a frozen lake. And it was some trees heading from, it was between Favorite and Millie. That little forest back behind Favorite.
Oh yeah. And there was loot. Yeah. I remember that now. Yeah. You didn't want to get caught there. But also, the fights between Crash Site and Favorite were fun. Really good stuff. Dude, there was so much space between POIs. Oh, it bugs me. When's the last time you guys fought between POIs? I mean, it's been eons, man. Fuck, it's been a long time. I don't think I had a fight between POIs today, and I played for far too long. Actually. Oh, man.
Between POIs.
I cannot wait.
Yeah, see, just a lot of little areas like that, like rotating into favorite,
Yep.
fighting. Like, you would get in fights a lot in that
Often.
little group of trees right there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, you would. Like, there were fights between POIs, and that's going to be so nice and refreshing and not like Urzikstan at all. I am fucking... Dude, I'm getting, really excited. By the way, no one ever talks about it. Block 23. People don't talk about Block 23 in the north.
Because this wasn't named back then, yeah.
Because it wasn't named, that's correct. But this area...
Yeah.
This was a... You didn't want to be here, to be clear.
Mm-mm.
But I remember we won our very first game of Warzone here. On the, like, south of the letter B, that road. It was me, you, Ben, and some other guy. And we won our first Warzone game there. Yes.
I don't think, dude, Ben
I swear to God. I swear to God, dude.
Really?
Yes.
I don't remember ever playing Warzone with him, to be honest. Did he play early on?
I guess.
I could see it. I just don't remember it at all.
Yeah.
Okay. I can see him playing for
It
a
was
very
on that
short period of
road.
time.
And we were actually like underneath and they were on top, but we fucking slammed them anyway.
Yeah.
Man, yeah. Yep. What a game.
That area too was in one of the videos that we were watching for episode 500 of our little clips. I think that's
with the
one
HDR?
of the clips where I shot. Yeah. I think I shot a pilot out of the chopper or something and it crashed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was a fun little area for endings because it was like, it just wasn't a bunch of buildings, man. Like that whole little street, there were like 5 little houses all spread apart. So it was fun end games because you'd be on one side, the other team would be on the other side, and you're both behind one house, and you're both peeking and you're shooting, and then it's whoever gets the rotate. I don't know.
Yeah. Some good shit, man. I'm getting excited and I'm bugged as fuck they've delayed it.
Yeah.
I was saying that earlier too. Like, dude, I'm so bored of Urzikstan. Fuck me, I'm bored of it.
Yeah, just stop playing. You have to stop playing.
I do.
I give you until the 15th. You have 7 more days to play, and then I'm making you stop.
Okay.
You need to take because if you stop the 15th, that'll give you 2.5, 3 weeks before Verdansk. We've run the map dry. There's no reason to play
nothing
anymore.
there
Nothing
for
matters.
me. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we have Rebirth, which we've also had for 3 years. And then we have one of the worst resurgence map they've ever made.
Really
so just
bad
stop
stuff.
playing for a couple.
Yeah, that's true. Fuck, is that true? Yeah.
You'll be reinvigorated for Verdansk, man.
Yep. I'll be bugged by a bunch of other things. So anyway, I think that's about it though, man. I gotta be honest.
Caldera aesthetically was the best map. Might have been terrible, but looked great. 100% agree. That's what I always said. Great looking map. Great looking map.
It did look the best. Yeah. It did look the best. Absolutely.
I'm now flying on Verdansk. Where should I go? Crash your helicopter into the water. How about that?
I mean, yeah, what do you want us to...
I don't know, man.
Well, you gonna screenshot a Discord and I'll watch it on stream? What are you asking? Like what?
Crash into the Twin Towers, man.
Well, in game, of course.
We can make jokes about it by now. It's been a long time.
It's been decades, yeah.
Dude, it's been a long time. Almost 25 years?
It's been decades.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. You know what would go bonkers, by the way, dude? They're not gonna do it, but if they brought back with season 3 Ground War.
No.
With
we don't
all
like
the
Ground War
original
anymore.
maps.
Yeah.
Ooh, it would be dope.
Why don't we like Ground War anymore, though?
Because the maps were always dog shit, trash, bad, not good.
Yeah, that's what
actually,
it is.
That's actually
and
what
the
it
game
was.
just wasn't. I don't know, dude. MW19 multiplayer in Ground War specifically felt so nice.
It was fun as fuck. Yeah. Yeah.
And we've got one final question. Are we back? We might be. I'll let you know, Pat.
We'll let you know. The answer is probably not. Probably not. There is so much riding on this because this is going to be so many people are going to give Warzone a last chance, and it will be Verdansk. They'll be like, all right, let's see. Like, you know,
Yeah.
I've been like here and there with Warzone. I've been like playing intermittently, or I've taken quite a break because it got bad for insert so many reasons. Let's give Verdansk a try because that was fun. And fuck, that it better be good. It better be good.
Yeah.
You know where I'm not excited to drop, by the way? Superstore.
That's the unfortunate thing is they're going to want to go there, and it's not a good POI. Yeah.
It's not a good POI. It's a bad POI.
It's a bottom 5 POI in Verdansk. Yeah.
It's fine, but it's not a good POI.
Cope's so
yeah.
mad. Cope's DMing as we speak. He's so mad.
You think it's
right
going to be
now.
a high value loot zone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
It
they
needs to
remember
be.
those exist.
It wasn't originally, very originally. They like broke it at some point. I remember they just accidentally had insane loot in Super and they never changed it.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Good
But
one
I think
for
we're
Verdansk.
almost back. I'm excited. But yeah, like you're saying, it's their last chance. If they let people down on what is the average Warzone player's favorite map, then yeah, that's the final straw for a lot of people.
Especially if they
'Cause
do.
if they don't like the game when Verdansk comes out, why would they like it when we get Avalon in a
Ever.
new game
Exactly.
in a year? They're not going to. They're just done with
Exactly.
it at that point.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So, anyway. All right, stupid, dumb idiots. I think we're done.
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
Yeah, we're done.
So, look, we want to talk more about Verdansk, and we will as we get more info. I think one other thing we can and maybe will do is do a little flyover or whatever ourselves. If Jake ever deigns to tell us what multiplayer map we need to spectate in. And we could do that for like a Saturday or Patreon episode. But besides that, I think now it's kind of just waiting until we get more info, which we might be getting in 2 days on the 10th. We probably aren't, but maybe. And then we could talk more about that. So that'll be cool. Styles with another 2 USD. You're welcome. He said thank you. Super chat. Superstore broadcast and scrapyard. Okay, good. Cool. So we can do that. And that could be fun and exciting. I'm actually going to just screenshot
Will you guys
that.
be live Monday? Monday? No. We do the pod live on Thursday mornings, and then Saturday early afternoon.
Yes. Yeah. So follow us on Twitter if you want our schedule, by the way. We post it every Tuesday. Yeah, that's fucking it. Yeah, I'm excited for Verdansk because I'm naive. But it'll be at least different, which is what we've been saying. And as we gear up toward, as we're counting down for these 25 days, look, if there's anything you guys want us to do an episode on or talk about, whether it's Verdansk related or not, let us know in our Discord. We have a feedback channel, and be like, hey, look, I really want an episode on this or that or whatever. And we could kind of get mixy because there isn't going to be much new ground for us to tread until season 3. So if you guys want us to go over something that is related to Verdansk, that isn't, whatever, now would be a great time to suggest it. Because once we do get season 3, our episodes are booked for a while. But we're always welcoming feedback. Activision does do not play their own game.
No.